you've seen from the two young tackles, Amarius Mims and Broderick Jones. Where do you see them at in their development?
They've been working hard every day. They come in and they give it their all. The good thing about Coach Smart is everybody gets reps. So they're just coming along well, and they're getting their reps, and they're doing pretty well.
Hey, Warren, good to see you today.
Good,
man. What's the key for an offensive lineman when it comes to developing chemistry, and how far along do you feel you guys are with the opener? Now less than 2 weeks away.
I'd say the main thing is probably just the chemistry and getting the reps. Getting the reps and being there, and just going through the progression of every play. And what was the second part of the question?
No, just how far you feel you guys are along with that, with the opener just less than 2 weeks away.
Oh, yeah. Our connection is really good in the offensive line room. Being with each other every day for hours, our connection is pretty good.
Let's go to Chip Towers and then Mark Weiser. Chip, you're still muted, buddy.
God, I hadn't done that in weeks. Sorry about that, Warren. Just wondering, kind of a little bit of a strange question, but I wanted to ask you about Julian Rochester. You're not exactly a spring chicken yourself. You've been around for a little while, but 6 years is unusual. And his situation is unusual, 2 knee injuries and all that kind of stuff. And I've heard some things about, they call him uncle around there and that kind of thing. What's your thoughts on Julian and being back for another year? And quite honestly, I'm not sure how much he's out there working and will actually contribute if at all. But can you just talk about him and his what it means for him to be on the team?
With Julian being here for 6 years, that's leadership. He knows the in and outs of everything, and you could go to him and ask him questions. He'll help you out. And just having that, leadership here is just great.
Do you call him uncle?
No, I call him Jew.
Jew?
Yeah. Most of the young players call him Unc, though.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Warren, I want to ask you your impressions of Clemson's defensive line and the test for you, particularly with a guy like Miles Murphy that you'll be going up against.
We really haven't got into Clemson yet. We're still working on ourselves. So we really haven't watched any film on them yet. We've just been working on ourselves.
What about I'm sure you've heard about the defensive line there in terms of, what they did last year. You've probably watched some film in the offseason. Just your thoughts on this matchup for you guys.
They have a pretty good defensive line, and, we'll get in there, watch the film on them when that time comes, and it should be a good game. They have a good defensive line, and we pride ourselves on being a good offensive line. So it'll be a good game.
Let's go to Seth Emerson and then Connor Riley.
Warren, I had a question about Kearis Jackson. He's obviously a guy that the team puts out there a lot, whether it's for interviews or on committees and stuff. What makes him kind of that kind of a guy that is kind of front facing and kind of a leader behind the scenes and for the team?
It's almost just like Julian. He's been here for 4 years, and just having all those reps and just the leadership he knows, and just being able to help younger players, lead them on, and just being there for the younger players and just being a leader for the team.
What about his personality makes him kind of a good leader?
He's not quiet. He'll speak up when he has to, and he's a hard worker. He leads by example.
Hey, Warren, I wanted to ask you about one of your teammates, Tate Ratledge. How have you seen him grow from even the spring to the fall, and how is your chemistry with him, as it sounds like he'd locked down one of the starting spots on the offensive line?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Tate Ratledge. How have you seen him progress even from the spring to the fall, and what is your chemistry like with him, as it sounds like he's going to be playing a lot of right guard?
Our chemistry is getting better every day, with just getting the reps. And in practice, you're getting the reps with him. And he's gotten better, every day he comes in, puts the work in, and gives everything gives it his all, so he's getting better every day.
Let's go to Jake and then Dean Legge.
All right, I'll go ahead and step in for a Jake, as it were. Warren, I just wanted to ask you about Coach Luke. And another year under him. What can you tell us about his style, how he prepares guys, and what are his keys to creating, what he wants out of an offensive line?
Coach Luke, he demands a lot from us. He tells us what he wants, and he shows us how he wants stuff done. And it's just on us to go out there and execute it. He comes in every day. He brings the energy. He brings the juice, and we just follow right behind him.
Hey, Warren, I wanted to ask about sound and noise. You've not played in a full stadium yet. How have you been getting ready to prepare for a full stadium, considering, do you think you're going to be able to hear snap counts in Charlotte, not snap counts, but the snap call, et cetera?
Yes, I think, the noise won't be too big of a problem, because sometimes in the indoor, we'll turn up the sound and, have it so where we can't hear it, kind of make it like a game situation. So we've been working that a little bit. But really the sound is not too much. We'll be able to hear the snap count.
Now let's go to Matthew Welsh.
Yeah, Warren, you talk about you guys getting ready to watch some film here on Clemson, but I just want to know, how is going against this Georgia defensive front really preparing you guys for such a big game that's coming up?
With JD, Devontae Wyatt, Trayvon, sure, you can keep going on and on. Jalen Carter, they're just really good players, and going against the best every day, just helps you get better.
All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. If anybody has a follow-up question for Warren.
Warren, I wanted to ask you about Marius Mims as well. Could you just compare, maybe where he is in his freshman camp to where you were maybe at the same time in your career?
Probably around the same spot. He's catching on pretty fast. He's getting better every day. He comes in just like everybody else, puts in the work, listens to Coach Luke, and he gives it his all. And he's getting better day by day.
Warren, you guys obviously are coming out of the camp portion. You had the watermelon and everything after the scrimmage. How can you tell things have changed? What's the vibe? How does it change moving from that portion of camp to what you guys are in now?
Probably just everybody's mindset. Camp's over with, so now everybody's transferring into the season mode, season mindset, and we're all just getting ready for the season.
Hey, Warren, what makes Jordan Davis so difficult to block?
Shoot, just somebody his size, and he's just quick. Somebody his size and how fast he is. He's a problem, and going against him every day just makes us better.
Anybody else for Warren? Okay, Warren, thank you for your time. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, thank you all.
Warren, appreciate it.